Well, if you would, get on your feet and welcome to the stage, Natasha, Hazlett, and Christy, Code Red Nickel.
Hey, y'all. Welcome to Nashville. Thank goodness y'all decided to come to my new hometown. Are y'all having a good time? Awesome. Y'all are an amazing, amazing crowd, and I have to tell you that this is one heck of a moment. And this moment was made possible really by two important people in my life. The first one is someone y'all may know, a fella named Russell Brunson. And I want to thank Russell because, yes, he has taught my husband Rich and I amazing ninja marketing strategies, but it wasn't the ninja marketing strategies that really made the difference. What really made the difference was his belief in me in the lowest parts of my journey. In the deep, dark moments, he saw the greatness within me and within Rich, and that is what kept us going. And the second person that I want to recognize is someone that honestly should be on stage with me right now. It's my husband and business partner, Rich Hazlett. Rich, what you're about to see, he is gracious enough to allow me the spotlight in this moment, but really, everything that you're going to see, all the success that we've had and that our clients have had is because of Rich and I working together. So y'all give it up for Rich Hazlett. And I have to tell you that I was about this close from not being here today. And no, it's actually not because I'm almost 37 weeks pregnant with twin boys. That's not the reason. I want to take y'all back, and we want to I don't have much time, so I want to get really real, go deep, fast. Are y'all good with that? All right, let's go deep. The reason why I was almost not here was back in March of 2016. Rich and I were in our kitchen, and we were having a conversation. And by having a conversation, I mean I was crying hysterically. And I told Rich I was done. That's it. I don't want to be in business anymore. And at this point in time, we'd been in business together for 10 years, had a multiple six-figure business, impacting thousands of lives. And my tank was empty, and I was at rock bottom. And in that moment, I didn't want to inspire anyone. I didn't want to coach anyone. I was depressed. I was clinically obese. I was 210 pounds on a 5'5" frame, and things were really bad. And I remember in that moment, Rich looked at me and he asked me the question that he always asked me in these deep, dark moments that I would have occasionally on the entrepreneurial road. He said, "Natasha, what about your calling?" And that usually did the trick. That would snap me out of it. But in that moment, I looked at him and I said, God called the wrong girl for the job. I am not capable of doing this big thing. He picked the wrong girl. And so he realized things were pretty bad. And so then he asked me the follow-up question. Funnel Hacking Live is next week. What are you going to do? If you're going to quit your job and go back to your full-time law practice, like, what are you going to do about your Funnel Hacking Live tickets? And there was something in that moment that told me, you've got to go to Funnel Hacking Live. There's something for you there. And I tell you this story, and Russell asked me to tell you this story because I remember walking into Funnel Hacking Live 2016. Who was there in San Diego with me? How many of y'all? All right, 1,500 people. I remember the music was pumping, everyone was going crazy, the energy was off the hook, and I felt so freaking alone in that moment. I was smiling on the outside, but I was crying on the inside. This is what I looked like at that point in time, a couple of months before. But I went to that event on a wing and a prayer that something would reignite my entrepreneurial flame so I would stay in and stay into the business. Well, by day number 3, I was starting to lose hope. And then out walks Marcus Lemonis, and he asked one life-altering question. He said, what is something that you've never told anyone, and how does that affect your business? And in that moment, I had an epiphany. I hate myself. And that shocked me. I'd never thought those thoughts before. But the reality was, when I looked at myself, I literally hated the person staring back at me. And how did that affect our business? Well, it affected everything. I didn't want to do webinars. I didn't want to get on stage. I didn't want to coach anyone. I wanted to be invisible. And in that moment, I made a decision. The decision that changed my life. I decided I wanted to love myself. And I have to tell you, I want to pause here on this concept of a decision. The word decision comes from the Latin root decidere, which means to literally cut off. There are no other options. And the reality is, my friends, this world is filled with dabblers and triers. But the people that you see up here on stage, they're the deciders, they're the doers. Be like those people. Make the decision. Take action. Don't allow yourself any other options. It's made all the difference in the world. It's the reason why I'm here standing before y'all today. So I made the decision I wanted to love myself, and then I realized that my very first step was getting rid of all the weight that I had piled on, because my weight, for me, it was a physical manifestation of the self-hatred that I had. And so I finally wrote, I was literally, y'all, in the airplane about to take off. I probably still had my phone on long after I was supposed to. And I hit send, sending a message to the hardcore nutrition coach that I had been Facebook stalking for about 3 months. And this is the exact message that I sent to her. I said, all right, Christy, let's do this thing. After what seems like a lifetime of self-sabotaging with food, I'm ready to be the person, the woman that God created me to be. I was in her office the next morning at 8:30 a.m. I started that program, her custom program, that week. And 5.5 months later, I lost 55 pounds. It has a little bit of a different dramatic effect nowadays. But that's what I looked like before I got pregnant with twins. That set off a process that I've dubbed unbecoming. So the concept of unbecoming is based on a quote. It says, maybe the journey isn't about becoming anything. Maybe it's about unbecoming all the things that were never really you, so you can be who you were meant to be in the first place. It's powerful, right? Through the unbecoming journey, I found myself. And I learned some really cool things in the process, and I felt the urge to write a book. So I wrote my very first and only book, Unstoppable Influence, Be You, Be Fearless, Transform Lives. Now, as marketers, we're thinking, all right, this book needs to be in the hands of millions of people. What are we going to do? Well, at the time, we had free plus shipping funnel. That's what everyone was doing. But I started to do the numbers and the cost of printing and shipping and handling, which I didn't even realize the handling thing was like a real thing. I just thought that was like extra money that they put in. The fulfillment companies actually charge you to handle your stuff, by the way, just PSA. And so I didn't love the number. We weren't loving the number. So what were we going to do? Well, we came up with this idea for a 21-day challenge. The Unstoppable Influence 21-day challenge for becoming the fearless influencer you were meant to be. This was gonna be an experience, something totally different. This was a way, here was what our plan was. We're gonna bring people into this challenge for $47. At the end of the 3 weeks, I'm gonna do a perfect webinar because I love the perfect webinar. Who loves the perfect webinar? Man, I was one of the first people Russell taught the perfect webinar to. True story. I love the perfect webinar. So we'd do that. We'd sell a $9.97 product. And then we give the people that bought the $9.97 product a ticket to a live event that we hold annually. At that point, they would be introduced to our high ticket offer. And then Rich comes in and lays on the gold. He's like, Natasha, why don't you give them a copy of your book? I'm like, oh, that is good. We were gonna sell it for $7.95. If we're selling it for $47, that's gonna make all the difference. That's awesome. So that's what we decided to do. Now, before we ran the challenge, we were running ads like everyone else was, straight to a webinar. We had an 18% show up rate. What happened to the days of 30, 35%? Those are gone, right? I had a 4% close rate on the $9.97 offer, which was horrible because I'm actually good at the perfect webinar. I was closing 25 to 35% with the exact same presentation on stage to a cold audience. So we had to do something different. With the challenge webinar, by placing this in the 3rd week of our challenge, we had 2/3 of the challengers register for the webinar. We had a 50% or more show up rate. I was closing 20 to 25% on our $9.97 offer on the webinar. We were doubling our total purchases on the replay. In fact, just last week, I tripled the total number of purchases on the replay. That is how powerful this model is. Yeah. So let me give you some quick, fast challenge funnel facts, and then I'm gonna give y'all some challenge gold. Sound good? All right. So, Russell loves this stat. 82% of the people who completed our challenge assignments in the very first challenge bought our $9.97 offer. Yes, we give people actual assignments. We want them to do the work. We did over 100 grand in revenue on our very first challenge. I was hoping maybe we could get 100 people on the challenge, and we had 25 people that already had guaranteed access. So all we really needed was 75 to hit the goal. We had over 400 people flooding in. Yeah. So I had to quickly learn how to get a fulfillment company and all that, because I was actually putting all of the books together in the mail myself. That didn't work very well. We have over a year, it's been about a year now, over 12.39% of all the $47 challengers ascend to our $9.97 product. Yeah, and over 60% of our audience at our annual live event, plus our post-event web class, they were our $9.97 clients, and that led to over $400,000 in high ticket sales. So how many of y'all want to learn how to do a challenge? Yeah? All right. A few more fun numbers. Average cost to acquire a challenger on Facebook, because my husband's awesome, $44.96. Average cart value, about $67. Our order book conversion, which by the way is the digital and audio of the book, converting at 37%. And here's the beautiful part. Our lifetime value of a challenger, because we've had a year now to look at this, is over $350. How many of y'all would like to, if you gave me $44.96, would like me to hand y'all $350 back? Yeah? All right, this is why this is so powerful. And we hit the 2 Comma Club in around 10 months because of the challenge funnel. And we're changing lives. So you truly are one funnel away, and I would argue you're one challenge funnel away. So here we go. You all ready? I'm talking fast, and baby A is right up in my lungs. I promise I won't pass out. If I sound like I'm out of breath, it's because baby A is making his presence known. All right. Challenge goal number 1, the topic has to be simple and believable. Please do not tell people that they're gonna make 100 grand in 30 days. They're not gonna believe you, okay? So ours is 21 days to becoming a fearless influencer, 21 days to unleashing your limitless potential. And even more than that, on day number 1 of the challenge, I shorten the measuring stick and I say, if I give you one life-altering shift, like your life will never be the same ever again, would that be worth $47 to you? And everyone says, yes. So now all I gotta do is give them one life-changing shift. Well, y'all, that happens in day number 2. Done, and then they get a lot more. We tried with one of our clients, because we help a lot of people with their challenge funnels. She wanted to do 14 days to finding your purpose. God, so sexy. No one believed it. No one believed it. So make sure that it's believable. And if you make that promise, you better get them those results and don't hold back. Give them all you got. The timing, 14 to 30 days. More than 30 days, people don't want to spend that much time with you. They love you, but they're not going to stay that long with you, all right? Less than 14 days, like people, when I started telling the challenge concept, they're like, oh, Natasha, I love this challenge concept. I'm going to do a 3-day challenge. I'm going to do a 7-day challenge. This is the perfect indoctrination sequence, okay? I hate saying that phrase, indoctrination, but that's what it is. And with that, people have to have time to get to know you and know one another. So don't rush it. The pricing, $37 to $97. A lot of people say, I know I'm going to have a 7-day free challenge. If you hate money, have a free challenge. All right? Because the reality is that people need to have skin in the game, right? They got to have some skin in the game. If they do, they will show up. If they show up, they will take action. If they take action, they will get results. If they get results, they're going to want to move to the next stage of your value ladder, right? Yeah, that's right. No free challenges, okay? All right. And here's the thing. It's not just us that this is making a huge difference in our life, in our business, in our clients' lives. I want to introduce y'all to a dear friend and longtime client of ours, Heather. She is a top in a direct sales company. She's also in the personal development space. Her challenge topic is to learn how to set goals. The timing, 14 days, $47 offer. At the end, she does a perfect webinar to $997 offer, all right? Now, I want you to meet Heather's amazing, legendary husband, Larry Quizzle, okay? Larry was a legendary wrestler at Boise State. He actually, he wrestled with Russell at Boise State. And in the fall, this 41-year-old exceptional athlete passed away suddenly, leaving Heather a widow and mom of 3 young kids. And I remember one conversation with Heather shortly after Larry passed away, and she said, I'm the provider now. Like, that's on my shoulders. And I said, you got this, girl. Like, you've got this. We were able to turn on Heather's challenge funnel machine that we had built. And let me tell you what happened when we turned on her challenge funnel machine. $38,000 in ad spend brought over $100,000 in front-end revenue. That's 77 grand in profit on the front end. She made another like $42,000 in sales at the end of the challenge. She ends up profiting $120,000 from one challenge. Yeah. Do you think that Heather felt like in that moment that she was going to be okay? Everything was going to be okay because she had built this challenge funnel machine. That is how powerful this concept is. And I'm so excited to introduce to you right now someone else that has done a very powerful challenge funnel that we helped design. The woman that helped me take my life back, I was able to give back to her, and I can't wait for you to meet her. She's amazing. Let me bring out Christy, Code Red Nickel.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys. Wow. The clock is already ticking. Sit down. I got to get going here. Oh my gosh. You guys, I got to tell you, I don't know anything about funnels. I'm not kidding you. I don't know how to build them. I don't know how to tweak them. I don't know how to turn them on, turn them off. I just don't know anything about funnels. I barely know how to log into my ClickFunnels account and check how much money I've made. I think this might come as a big relief to some of you, knowing that maybe you're intimidated, maybe you don't know how to build a funnel, but you know how to do whatever you do well. And that's totally cool, because I'm living proof that you can kill it in a saturated industry, even though you don't know how to build funnels. So there are people out there that do that. Don't worry about it. Little background on me. I was raised poor in northern Idaho. My dad was a cop and the minister. Talk about a fishbowl life. And we just had no money growing up. No money. I was raised on a big farm. No money growing up. So when I graduated high school and I wanted to go to college a little early in my 20s, I didn't have anybody to help me. I mean, college is expensive. I didn't know how I was going to make it. So I became a professional boxer. Yeah. Like a legitimate professional fighter, 12 rounds, 3-minute rounds, 6-ounce gloves, just just ha. I fought over the next 8 years in 15 professional fights, 2 world titles, 7 knockouts, 154 pounds. Yeah. Boxing brought me a lot of great things. And what it did, it got me my own show on MTV. I was featured on numerous publications and TV shows, and I landed myself in New York City as a celebrity trainer. So that, boxing's a nasty sport, but it was good for me. It did a lot of great things. Problem was, I decided to leave New York and move back to Idaho and put down some roots in Boise. And even though I was a top-level athlete, elite-level athlete, I was starting to get fat. And I was training like 3 hours a day. And I'm like, why am I getting fat, right? Well, I did a little research and I found out that I was fat because of the bull crap I was shoving in my pie hole. It didn't matter how much I exercised. It didn't matter. I was just... So I changed my diet, I lost a bunch of weight, and I created the Code Red lifestyle because I wanted everybody to feel this freedom. It levels the playing field for everybody. No matter who you are, you can lose weight. So what did I do? I got myself a little office in Boise, and I'm like, I'm gonna change the world one client at a time. And I didn't know any other way, you guys. I didn't know any other way. So I created this nutrition program that worked really well, but I was only able to do one client at a time. So in walks Natasha. As you guys know, she lost 55 pounds in 5 months. Shortly into our relationship, she says, hey, listen, I got to talk to you. You got something really special here. You're special. You've got something special. The world needs to hear what you have to say. You need to let me help you a little bit. So she completely restructured Code Red. I started picking up speed, started getting a lot of attention in different publications. Everybody started hearing about how easy this is and featured on different TV shows. Pretty soon I started partnering up with GNC. Costco started getting on board. Employees were getting hope and healing from the program, which is so super simple and easy. Gyms and doctors' offices started outsourcing their nutrition to me. Corporations started getting on board. People were getting healthy. People were losing weight. It was really super awesome. Schools were getting on board with the Code Red lifestyle. We had police officers, police departments getting on board. Hotels started carrying my book. I mean, this was just really huge. All because of Natasha, all because of the challenge funnel that we're talking to you about. And then what we noticed were little pockets of people were starting to form, right? Like little communities, little tribes of people were forming all without me, just on their own, wanting to be around each other, which is what you want for your movement. You want people to start forming without you because they want to be around each other. And that's whatever you create, that's what you're looking for. And that's what we noticed was happening with Code Red. So come on out. Waddle on out here, Natasha, poor thing. Poor thing. We're going to go through this with you so you can kind of see what's going on. I told you my 5 minutes would go by fast. Do you want to hold the clicker or do you want me to?
I'll hold
You'll hold the clicker.
All right, let's dive. Y'all want to see the Code Red 2 Comma Club challenge funnel? All right. All right, so obviously Christy is in the weight loss industry. I am a body by Christy, well, before. Lose 10 pounds in 30 days, totally believable, $47. The offer at the end of the challenge is $9.97, custom program, and then she also has thrown in a $247, a little bit different than what we usually do. We usually only do one offer, but she's doing it with two. She has a 10% that buy or $9.97 offer, and our lifetime customer value right now is at $181. And y'all, that's without a high ticket offer, so it's only going to go up from there. Now, here's the craziness. After hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars in ad spend, she is converting on her sales funnel page at 14.4%, which is crazy, right? I like to think this is probably partially due to the Mohawk effect. And also a lot of social proof, a lot of Facebook, a lot of before and after. So any social proof that you can do would be awesome. Her June challenge stat, she had about $32,000 in ad spend, $226,000 in front end revenue. Yeah. And then she made the $444,000 at the end of the 30-day challenge. And y'all, she doesn't even do a perfect webinar. She just says, buy the custom program. Yes. Right? Her most recent challenge that just wrapped up, $118,000 in ad spend and $322,000 on the front end. Who wants to do a challenge now? Yeah? So let's talk about the challenge structure.
Yeah, so a $47 entry fee, that gets you the materials that a person needs to go through the challenge. That's going to get the incentive gift. I always offer the incentive gift to all participants. I read my own book on audio. That's pretty cool. And so we offer the digital, the audio as an order bump. We offer the challenge starter pack, which is a few Code Red items to help you get started. And of course, the digital training. We created some. There's a lot of people that deal with emotional eating and Code Red and grief and different things. So we offer some digital courses as the OTO as well.
Awesome. So here's some additional challenge structure gold. Number one, we use Facebook groups. Why? Everyone's on Facebook. People are used to it.
Actually, Natasha, we've had, of the thousands of people we've had come through the program, I think that we have only had 12 people that don't have a Facebook page.
Yeah.
And I'm like, just make up I don't care if it's Jessica Rabbit, just make up something.
Right.
Get on Facebook, join us.
Right. Yeah, I mean, everyone's on there. So just keep it simple. Do a Facebook group.
Yeah, so this is really important, you guys. During the 30 days, I come to them every single day with a training. Because my views on weight loss are so different than everybody else's, I take the 30 days to train them and teach them why we believe what we believe is Code Red Rebels. You have to. So you've got to deliver something. And also if this seems daunting to you to come live every single day, I do use a program called OneStream.live, and you upload your video to it, and then it streams it live at the time you tell it, and it makes it look like you're live. So I was able to be in Europe and still be having the challenge. But it's really important that you train your people every day. Give them a lot of value.
Yep, and to show up live.
Yes.
You also want to encourage the challenge alumni to rebuy. Okay, this is what I've dubbed the invisible continuity funnel. So what we did with Christy's is she gets these 2 awesome magnets that you put on your refrigerator so you won't eat bad food.
They have a Christy saying on them, something like, "Ain't nobody getting out of the rules," which you're not.
Right,
Also,
and a wristband.
And a wristband.
And here's the thing, the reason I got this idea for her funnel, and we do the same thing, is you remember like McDonald's had those collector's cups? Like, and you would want to go and get all the collector cups, or when I was in the Beanie Baby market, I loved to go, I was driving around town when I was young looking for the Beanie Babies. Like, people want to collect
And they collect them, Natasha. They wear them like tribal bands. Yeah. They don't even need to lose weight. They want to be in the challenge again for that stupid band.
I know. It's unbelievable. And, I just found out that someone had joined our challenge 8 times. 8 times at $50. I mean, that is a powerful continuity funnel.
Yeah, so we'd also offer a piece of swag. It's something that I design, and it's something that I come up with, and everybody can have a piece of swag. They're different for each challenge, and what we do is we offer it according to, I just hit it. I just hit it again. I just hit it again.
The green one.
Oh, sorry, guys. So a different piece of challenge swag per time of the year. And this is what we offer. And it's a good little income bump, 40, 50, 60 grand. Nice little bump. Okay.
So now Christy is going to share with you the behind the scenes of her rise to the 2 Comma Club. Y'all take notes.
I know that we say, well, I'm supposed to have 7 minutes for this. Shoot. We say, you're only 1 funnel away, and I totally agree with that. Obviously, the challenge funnel has completely changed my life. But there's a little more to that than this, and this is what I think a few things you need to implement. Hard work ain't enough. I'm here to tell you I'm a hard worker. My dad's a disciplinarian. He raised us girls tough. I got up at 4 in the morning. I milked cows in 30 degrees below zero at 10 years old. I know hard work. So then why was I on Idaho State food stamps? Why was I standing in the food bank line when I had my own show on MTV? Because hard work ain't enough. You got to have a good team. You got to have a good, whatever your product is, and you got to have good systems in place. You have got to look the part. You've got to be a product of your product. All right, what kind of an impression would that have made if I would have walked out of here saying I'm the greatest weight loss expert and I'm fat? You'd have been like, yeah, Christy, whatever. Psh, ain't working for you. Exactly. Look, if you teach an online Bible course and you're out at the club grinding up on some dude, that's not very Christ-like. Come on. I'm telling you, if you're a life coach and you got a restraining order against you, and you got 4 different babies with 4 different daddies, you got to be a product of your product. Get your poop in a group. Get your poop in a group, all right? Some of you guys are in the fitness industry. You better be ripped. You better be lean. You got to be a product of your product. You absolutely must. Listen, we've all been through crap, all right? I was molested when I was a kid, totally screwed up a portion of my childhood. I was beat up at 18 years old for 9 months, was with this guy who beat me up, left me bleeding and unconscious on the ground. When I came to, I was able to crawl my way through to safety. We have all been through crap. We can pass around this microphone, and you can tell me the crap that you've been through. Stop using it for a crutch. Get past it. Get past it. You're going to have to get your house in order, and you're going to have to get your house in order. Look, I'm not going to look at anybody specific, but there's a lot of people in here. You got to lose some weight. You got to get your health in order. All right, you need to get to bed on time. You need to drink your water, and you just quit binge watching Game of Thrones. Get up. Get up. Get up and get a bra on. Do your makeup and do your dishes. For crying out loud. How are you supposed to bring value to the marketplace when you're living in a pigsty? I don't know why I can't create good content. You're living in a pigsty. Get up. Some of you guys are, you're using it like this bullcrap martyr attitude. I got 3 hours of sleep last night. That's not cool. all right? Stop like a badge of honor, saying, well, do you guys know that sleep deprivation is the most effective form of torture? You gotta get some sleep. Start taking care of yourself so you can put good content out into the marketplace, and then you can do what you were created to do. I'll tell you what, my business coach is James. He's sitting right here. And I totally bombed a sales pitch last month. I did, you guys. I've never sold from stage. I don't know how. I've never been taught. I don't know anything about it. And I came to my meeting with James. I should have walked away with like 70 grand, walked away with zero. I said, James, I can't freaking believe it. I mean, oh my God. He said, Christy, knock it off. All right, it's over. We know what you did wrong. You know how to fix it. So just get past it. Done. Stop crying over the crap that you screw up. I promise you, like we say in boxing, you're gonna get hit. All right? You're not gonna get out of that. You're gonna get hit. You will fall down, I promise. Not in boxing. That we don't say that part in boxing, but you are gonna fall on your face. You are gonna fall down. I promise you. If Rachel tells me, I don't know where Rachel is, Rachel runs my ads. Hey, Christy, you got a crappy ad. You got a crappy ad. It's not converting. What am I gonna do? Cry? Hey, turn it off, Rach. Turn it off. I'll make another ad. Who cares? You're gonna have to take risks, you guys. I borrowed $100,000 to get my business started, to write my book, to hire my coach. I'm not saying that you have to. I just had to. I hired my sister. She's my number 2, and she's an RN with an MSN. Boy, she didn't come cheap. So I had to take a risk. I had to step out and take a risk. You are gonna have to take a risk. Stop sitting there saying, I can't afford it. You can't afford not to. Like, knock that crap off. Like, come on, I'm telling you right now, you don't got this. Well, I got this. No. You don't got this. You think I would ever go into a meeting with James and argue with him? He knows, I don't know. Your advisor knows, you don't know. They know, you don't know. Then you got to listen to your team, listen to your advisors. Come on out, Natasha. They know what they're talking about. They're trying to help you. Stop. Well, see, that's the thing. You would be making millions and reaching millions if you knew. You don't know. Listen to your team. They're trying to help you. Rachel tells me, she's like, hey, I need a video from you right now. It needs to be 3 minutes long. It needs to be don't say this, say this. I get up right then. I get my hair and makeup done. I do the video for her. Right then I do it. Stop screwing around. Your team is trying to help you. Listen to them. Listen to every word they say.
How awesome is she? How awesome is she?
Thank you.
So, man, and I got to tell you, like, rock star client. I mean, like, she takes action. She decides, she does, she takes action.
Yeah.
And
I'm 42 years old. I'm 42. Like, the time is now. It's now. I don't have any more time to waste, and neither do you. Neither do you.
That's right. That's right. And look at these, like when we look at these pictures of the tribes that we have built, and we look at the lives that have been impacted, and it's the ripple effect. Each person that you see in those pictures, and that's just a tiny little snippet of the thousands of lives that we touch, those people are pebbles that create a ripple effect 1,000 times over. That is how powerful the challenge funds
we would
are.
never be in, neither of us would be standing right here if it weren't for each. I'd be in my little office making no money, depressed. You would be you wouldn't be pregnant.
No.
No.
Well, I know that I've had a perfect pregnancy because of Christy and because of the things that she taught me. And the reality is that we needed each other.
Yeah, we're like this. We're like Bert and Ernie.
We are like Bert and Ernie.
Gosh.
I love her so much.
I love you.
So amazing. And y'all, we want you to have this kind of impact on your audiences. And so I want you to remember, we want you to remember that you are just one challenge funnel away.
Yep, that's true.
Thank you.